This is George from KG Royals. Today we're doing another video for you guys just because we haven't uploaded in a while and I wanted to get some updates going on. We've had some new stuff going on for the business, for the rep room in particular. Some new animals coming in, we've got some new animals still coming in. We're currently in June, so we're expecting, I think it's 5. Not all of the same species, so check that out later when we do update those as well. We do have a new male in currently, breeder male that we picked up from Eve's Temptation Royal. So again, thank you Sean for him. He is settling in great in quarantine at the moment. I'm not getting him out just because he is still settling into quarantine. He's got another 2 weeks-ish, and then that'll be about the halfway point, and by that point he should have let's try again, George. He should have at least tried to have been fed twice. And then we'll carry on the treatment we're still giving him, do the preventamite, Tamidine bath him, and just check him over, keep him on the paper towels in like a sterile enclosure on his own, away from the rest of the snakes, which are behind me, and our new awesome Rex. We are using the Herp Exotics 5 high 33 litre rubs. Some of them, like that one, has got a double divider in it, so it means it makes 2 divided spaces. Some of them, I don't know if I can show you, so that one down there, I think it is a triple divider.
Explaining about the dividers in the turbs, so you can get like the doubles, which you can see literally just splits it down the middle. And then, where are you? You're all down there. Let me just, and my lovely little stepping stool thing, because I'm too short to reach anything. So this one's a 3er. There's a triple divided. One above it is a double. And just so you know, I think Marv said on one of his videos as well, Marv and Jay had spoken about it, and we hadn't realised at the time. In retrospect, when you think about it logically, totally makes sense. But because it's a smaller space within the 33, can't even see what I'm doing this, gesticulating wildly, the individual slots will retain the heat more so than a completely open 33. So if you have got doubles or triples, try to factor in the heat retention so that when you set your thermostat, you're not setting it to 30 and going, yeah, that's hot end, that's great. And then all of a sudden you whip it out, temp gun it, and it's like nearly 40 degrees in there. So we do 4 times a day on the old temp checks for the adults and the juveniles, because obviously most of the juveniles are in doubles or triples and the adults are in their entire 33s. Got to be honest, the adult rack's been fine. The juveniles has taken a little bit of a play, but we've got it sorted. We jot down the temperatures 4 times a day, so it's like normally 4 hourly, especially through the summer, because it's obviously a bit of a nightmare with the ambient temperature being that much hotter. And then we just put the adults lowest and highest temperature, and then the juveniles lowest and highest temperature, more for our peace of mind really, and to just make sure that our babies are comfortable and we're not boiling them alive.
So that's for the smaller babies. It saves us having to have loads of different size tubs, because as much as I love being prepared, I hate having to have 50 million different types of sizes. Instead of having 9s, 12s, 24s, 33s and so on, you can get a 33 and then just divide it accordingly to the size of the animals. It makes it a lot easier. It means less tubs, less waste, and less storage being taken up. Obviously I got some stuff up there, so it is looking a little bit messy. I do apologise, but I think that one's lighting and heating equipment, hides, hemp bedding, coconut bedding, and then I think there's some more hides, and then up there, I can't remember what that one is, but that's got some other stuff in as well. So it's all stuff we get out and use frequently, or it's stuff we've don't necessarily need right now, but is still good for spares or surplus when we do need it, like spare thermostats, heat mats, things like that. Enough of me rambling, let's get into some stuff.
Hi everybody, it's Kelly from KG Royals. Rocking the lockdown hair at the moment. It is horrific, so I'm very sorry that I kind of look a bit like Wurzel Gummidge at the moment. Can't take the head off yet though. Still trying, don't worry. So I'm just gonna say a few bits. George has covered most of it. Obviously we are still sort of desperately waiting for Belle, our single gene pastel, to lay, which, gotta be honest, is just killing us right now. She's 2 days past her lay date if we're going on the 30 days post pre-lay shed. But she is hanging on, which is slightly irritating because, quite frankly, I need the eggs because I wants the babies. She looks like one of those massive fat German sausages at the moment. Just like a little round blob of oomph. But she is literally clinging on. This is her first ever clutch, so I don't really blame her for not wanting to do much with pushing all those eggs out of her. So something else, if you want, you can do a little thing as to how many eggs she's going to lay. I know a lot of people have been doing that recently, so if you want to pop a little comment below seeing sort of how many eggs she might lay. I can't give you anything for her, I just thought it'd be a bit fun. Sorry.
Okay guys, so one of the first things we did for the rep room, obviously as you've seen, if you've done any of the lives of us on Instagram, we do have a banner. That was something we wanted to get straight away just because we thought it makes the room look a little bit nicer, it's a bit more personalised, and it gives it a nice touch to the rep room. But along with the banner, shout out to Steel City Serpents for the t-shirts and the hats. They look really, really cool. Loving how they turned out. But again, that's just another little piece we've got in the room now. It's going to add to it. We're going to add some more stuff in the room in general. But that is one of the main updates within the room. Let's move on to something else. So another thing we got in the room, to kind of help us out more than anything else, I'm really terrible at remembering things. You know, if it's not there, I forget about it. So to stop me from forgetting about things, I got us a giant whiteboard. Shout out to Marv from MJ's Pythons. The school teacher vibes. So yeah, that gives us our checks for our animals, our daily to-do list. I think, let's flip this around. There we go. So up there, we've got the adult pairings and stuff, some of the genes we want, combos for future plans, sticker swaps, 2020 plans, our reptile lady we go to for our food stuff. And then we've got our pairings at the moment for the royals. Again, a daily to-do list, cresty eggs, hatch dates and stuff down there. And again, there's the daily diary.
Whiteboard gives me anxiety. I spent a little while with a ruler and whiteboard pens, erased, redid, until it looks like it does at the moment, because it just triggers my anxiety, and I like to be able to see clearly what's going on, what we need to do, who's where. Done.
So that is just some of the stuff for the whiteboard. That gets changed on a daily basis, thanks to Mum, because she is the proactive one, not me. But again, I'm going to let Mum do some talking in this video as well, because it wouldn't be fair to have the other half of Caged Royals in the video. But that is just another one of the updates in the room. So we've got the merch. We are going to be expanding on that as well. I have some really, really cool coming soon in merch. And again, massive thanks to the people who are doing that with us. I'm not going to tell them who it is yet, just because I want it to be a really cool surprise. But that's coming soon. That's going to be wicked. Again, merch so far. Big old whiteboard over there. Let's move on to something else.
Sorry about the camera angle. Don't think George realised that when you don't actually flip the camera, everything's in reverse. So yeah, the whiteboard does look normal. You don't need a mirror to read it.
This little space here, you've probably seen one of our old Instagram pics. This used to be our little juvenile rack. That bottom rack now is actually our quarantine, and these are all empty tubs. These are just storage. This is what I meant by having too many surplus tubs. This is what we used to keep all the babies in before we got that Herb Exotics shipment. So they were all in individual tubs, which meant that you had to have individual spaces, and it meant it took up space and it wasn't effective with the use of space. And now we have all these boxes spare. We're probably still going to use them for things like hoggies. We've got our 3 boxes set up there. Spoiler alert, I guess. We are getting some hoggies.
George. Spoiler alert, really?
You have also got that little box there. That's our current Crested Geckos. It's very misty at the moment, they're shedding. It's our baby Crested Geckos. Clutch 1 and 2 in there at the moment, as they're not big enough to need separates yet. They are diddy. See if we can... Yeah, we'll have a little look. Yeah, it's ridiculously misted in there. But there you can see little babies chilling on the leaves and stuff. But yeah, this thing is tiny, so they hardly take up any space. They just go in here. So in the back there is a heat strip that goes all the way to about halfway in this tub here. Someone didn't feed last night. Great. That will be taken out after this video. Again, guys, we don't usually prep things before we video. We like to try and keep it as transparent as possible. That is our new breeder male. This is the lovely Reggie, as we've decided.
Boy, Sean, I'm really sorry. He came to us with the name of Bravo. I didn't like it. You know, it's a lovely name. It just, I didn't do it. Sorry. His name's now Reggie. I don't know what you think about that, but you know, no, I looked at his face. He looks like a Reggie. So.
From again Sean, he is a vanilla cream, which is a vanilla fire. So he is still new, so that's probably why he hasn't eaten. But like you said, we are going to be transparent. If he hasn't eaten, he hasn't eaten. I'm not going to clean him up just to make him look perfect. We did feed him yesterday. She did tell us he was a bit of a picky feeder, so that's fine. And then we got Rex in there as well. But in terms of quarantine, this is where we keep the new snakes. So these tubs will move somewhere else, probably on top of the Herp Exotic racks. But they'll move to make space for this top shelf for more tubs to go on. And then we are looking to build another shelf, probably the same height as this top section, and have a third shelf for another set of animals to go for quarantine. And that's that. So that is no longer a baby rack. That is now our new quarantine area.
The Cresties, the babies, they don't normally need to be kept on heat if the ambient temperature of the room is warm enough, so you know, in the 20s. But they're all trying to shed, bless them. The older two are in their second shed now, and the youngest two are literally trying to wriggle out of their slightly too tight skin suit. So because the ambient temperature in the room isn't hugely high at the moment, what we've done is pop them just the very edge of their tub on the heat, just to help add a little bit of warmth to help with the humidity, so they can wriggle out of their little skin suit. So no, we don't normally keep our Cresties on heat. It's literally just because the room's been a bit chilly, they're trying to shed, and it was cold because it's quite damp in there because of them needing to shed. So don't be putting your Cresties on heat unless you know there's something that needs to be done. It's just during the shedding process. Okay.
So another update we've got for the room is we have a nice big old freezer now. So we no longer have to keep the rodents frozen downstairs in the regular freezer. We have our own freezer in the rep room. Stops the family complaining.
The freezer. So my husband, love him to bits, has been for the majority of his life, so for, you know, nearly 32 years, petrified of snakes. What I meant to say about the freezer before I went on a ramble about snakes and my husband, is he's a lot better with snakes. So much better. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. What am I doing with this? Conducting an orchestra. Sorry, guys. Put it down. There we go. He hates the frozen dead stuff. Hates it. So George and I had to whip out and get a little second-hand freezer to keep in the room, which is getting smaller by the day because of all the stuff we're just packing in. But it means that, you know, we can keep all the dead things for the snakes and the other reptiles to eat in that little freezer. So when my husband's gone in to, you know, get something out, he's not kind of met with the... So that's the freezer.
Obviously, we've got a bigger incubator because before we did a video on our other incubator setup, so you've probably seen this one, but we were using this one and that one. This one is now being used for colubrids and other lizard eggs. Because it's a little bit cooler. We keep it at 27 degrees Celsius. Someone want to convert that for me? Great, thank you. That one stays higher. That one sits currently at 31 to 32, but at the moment it's been keeping a nice solid temp of 31.5. It's just gone down to 31.2. That'll kick back up in a minute. But that is our main incubator for the Royals. We also currently have our Mr. bottle in there as well. That was a tip I got off of Paul Milner. Shout out to... go on, George, you can do it. You can do it. Urban constrictors, there we go. Jesus Christ, that's awful of me.
George, blasphemy. Apologies to any religious viewers that we may have. Sorry.
But yeah, thanks Paul Milner for that. Keeps it nice and warm, so when you're spraying animals, they don't get a cold shock from the water. And it helps the humidity and stuff. Again, we've got egg boxes. They're not full of anything. They're just sat because our pastoral female is due to lay... Well, she's meant to have laid 2 days ago. It's not unheard of for them to not lay on day 30. We are pretty sure it was her ovulation that we witnessed, that shed, not her building or anything. So we are certain she is going to go, but we could be wrong. We are still new to this. It's our first season. So again, we may or may not get eggs in the next couple of days. We really hope we do. But yeah, we've got the stuff set up and ready to go. But obviously with that, we've got all our new stickers from all the lovely people that we talk to on Instagram and stuff. But the main update for this area is in here. And that is our first corn snake clutch ever. So I've actually split the clutch half and half, because these eggs over here are either looking questionable in terms of how they look. So you can see that one on the left there is looking real round, whereas that one looks kind of how it should. But that round one has got more veins and more signs of life than that one, which suggests that one is worse off. However, that one looks more normal and uniform. So it's always good to candle and everything. These are the ones we're pretty sure have a 100 to 90% hatch rate. There's nothing wrong with them. Unless we make a mistake, we're 100% sure they're going to be fine. These ones are a bit questionable. That's why we separated them. And even all of these aren't touching. They're all separated individually. But that's something we are really excited about. And again, sorry for the messy wires in the way. But that's something cool. That'll be our first colubrid clutch as well.
Corn eggs, as in corn snake eggs, not eggs that come from corn. That'd be weird. Just wanted to say that we obviously candled them when we were first putting them in the egg box, but we also, because we've had a couple that looked a bit we've candled them since. So about a week later we've candled them, and as George said, weirdly some of the ones that look absolutely vile have got some really lovely strong veins. You can actually see the embryo, and one of the ones that look normal it's got some faint, very faint veins in, and nowhere near as much as the ones that look good. So it being what it is, we're just going to do all of it unless they really start to kind of deteriorate in the incubation stage. And we're just going to see what we get, and we'll do a little update when we have got some corn baby.
So that's another cool update. And then again, more stickers. Shout out, plug yourselves, everybody who's on the sticker board. This is our second board technically, because lovely people give us doubles of everything, which is great. We love it. That is our new refined version of the old sticker. As you can see, it's a little bit more uniform and cut, whereas if I show you one of the older ones, that was from batch 1. It's got the dark tint around it, and it's got the little purple tagline, a passion for pythons, whereas the new ones, they don't. They just have the logo and the snake, which we think looks a little bit better. We also have the regulars, but again, massive shout out to everybody who gave us a sticker. Let's show the bigger board. So again, plug yourself. If you see a sticker, comment down below, that'd be great. If you don't see your sticker, comment down below and we'll get a sticker swap going on. We want to get this whole space filled. We've got loads of room left yet. So don't be afraid to send us your stickers. But that is the update for that incubator over there. Super excited about those eggs. It's always fun hatching eggs in general. But we cannot wait for the python eggs. Those are going to be the pinnacle of our year this year. So hopefully we'll be able to do an update when those eventually drop, when she decides to start messing around.
No, I look like a tortoise. Help me, I hate quarantine. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. We'll keep you updated on what happens within our little rep room. Hopefully the pastel eggs will be here soon, fingers crossed. So we'll let you know when that happens. We'll keep you updated on the little cresties. We'll keep you updated on the corn eggs. And if you've got any comments or any questions, pop them in below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Again, like and subscribe guys. Don't forget to share it as well, and check us out on our Instagram. We will be doing some more lives soon. Stay safe, and we'll see you again soon.